Hi, Assalamualaikum and a very good day to Madam Siti Azrina Adanan. For Seminar 2, MAF651, we will present about capital expenditure analysis. Here are the outline that will be discussed in this video.
Hi guys, my name is Muhammad Ali bin Hamdan. Okay, let's begin. Qualitative consideration is an outcome of certain action that cannot be measured by number but can be measured subjectively. It refers to the non-numerical aspect of the company that are intangible, but nonetheless affect the potential value of the company. Next, we will talking about the definition of capex. What is capex? Capex is an expenditure that results in the acquisition or construction of the asset, such as land, building, vehicle, equipment, or the enhancement of an existing fixed asset. Moreover, capital expenditure decision is a very long-term decision that will require the evaluation of the cash inflows and outflow over several years in order to define the acceptability of the project met. Here's other factor regarding the qualitative consideration. The first one is the company culture, political and qualitative of product and services. The first factor is a company culture. It is a positive company culture, has values that every employee knows by heart, such as workplace involvement. The great company culture support involvement and provide positive, fun way for their employees to get together for personal and professional development activities, both within and outside normal company hours. To understand more, the example, a company spend more money on the capital improvement to create the better work environment for their employees. Next, the second factor is political factor. All the influences that the government has on your business could be classified here. This can include the government policies, political stability or instability, corruption, foreign trade, policies, labor law, environmental law, and trade restrictions. Moreover, the government can raise or lower the corporation tax, which will affect the profit. They can also affect businesses by increasing value-added tax on the products or business rate. The third factor is the quality of products and services. In this point, the product and services that meet and or exceed a customer expectation result in customer satisfaction. The quality is expected from the product services being realized. Here, the customer receives the value that he or she expects in operation has good quality standard into the product. To more into detail, we take NCI as an example. NCI purchases a lower quality of kitchen equipment that will lead to the sudden malfunction in his restaurant, which can affect the effectiveness when prepare and serve foods to the customer. Hi guys, we continue back on the factor. Let's finish the financial factors. The first one is the social trends. The social aspect focuses on the forces within the societies, family, friends, colleagues, neighbors, and the media are the social factor. This factor can affect our attitude, opinion, and interest. Therefore, it can affect the sales of products and revenue earned. Such as an example, amplifying the voices of the others, such as a celebrity's opinion from the leaders and the advocates. Next, the second final factor is an ethical consideration. This ethical consideration can be specified as one of the most important parts of the research. Research participants should not be subjected to harm in any ways whatsoever. Respect for the dignity of research participants should be prioritized. The full consent should be obtained from the participant that prior to the study. The smallest scope and the one of the example for the human consideration is first, employee safety, second, customer health, and the last one is the local employment. And the last factor is environmental concerns. This can be restricted to the human beings and the environment, since it can continue and isolating overuse and destructions of the natural resources. For an example, a necessary condition may be an increase in environmental concern and knowledge about the effects and consequences of the ongoing environmental deterioration for the future generation. Okay, that's all guys. I hope you guys gains a lot of information regarding the qualitative consideration. Just in time, I'll pass the next point on the technological advancement to Miss ALIAH HUDA.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm AZEROL and I will be your next presenter. Thank you, Mr. Alif. Now let's proceed to technology advancement. So what is technology advancement? Technology advancement is the generation of information on discovery of new knowledge that advance the understanding of technology. So there are three types of technology advancement that I will explain in the next part. The first one is Internet of Things, IoT. It allows electrical gadgets and sensors to communicate with one another via the internet connection. VR is a computer generator that stimulates experience created by using digital hardware and software to provide real-world experience, while AR is the combination of digital world and the physical element to create an artificial environment. Lastly, for AI, it has the ability for a computer program to think and learn on its own. Internet of Things help the business to be more efficient and productive as it able to cut down repetitive tasks and also to mobilize company resources. One way to leverage Internet of Things, it can be used to optimize workflow and produce more streamlined and effective approach to the management. IoT also promote customer and employee experience to be more productive as the employee will have the better engagement in customer service. Employees have the flexibility to engage with customer using various medium. AR and VR are getting attention by the society as it helps in making prototype and design. Using AR and VR minimize time of the project development and allow the developer to identify the problem arise upon completing the project. Besides that, AR and VR help to revolutionize the try before you buy concept. Thus, this allows customers to immerse with the product before deciding to purchase it. For example, Volvo recently launched a VR test drive for its customers to visualize what it's like to drive in a Volvo car. Next, for artificial intelligence, it will give us the benefit in digital assistant and thus it will minimize human resources. Many companies implement digital assistants such as chatbot to interact with their customer, which significantly minimize the need for human resources. Besides that, AI will be available 24/7, meaning that they are efficient in multitasking and can perform tasks without having taken a break. Because according to various research, break and time off are necessary for human beings to maintain a healthy work-life balance. Although the technology advancement brings some great advantages for our daily life, we need to know that there are a few challenges that will be associated in this implementation. The first challenge is data security. With large volumes of commercial and personal data being exchanged and kept online, the risk of data breach will be escalated. The second one is big data. Every day, computer and technology users generate 2.5 quintillion bytes of data. Thus, major issue will arise as who should control and safeguard for such data. The third one is cloud computing. As data privacy and security threats are growing, license rules will start to shifting and become more complex to control as more software application and other computer resources are housed and accessed online in the cloud. That's all from me, and I will pass to the next presenter, Miss Sabrina.
Thank you to Miss ALIAH. Hello everyone, I'm Sabrina and I'll be your next presenter. Then without further ado, let's proceed to advantage and disadvantage of technology advancement. First advantage is save times. The use of advanced technology helps to complete certain tasks of work which this allows for integration or autocorrect. In result, human error can be reduced. Next, it reduces cybercrime risk. With the implementation of artificial intelligence, it can identify cyber attack and it is possible to prevent the risk from spreading. Thus, the odds of the attacks will be lower. And lastly, it improves the productivity of daily life. With the help of intelligent technology, this helps to make life more easier and it can enhance education for present and future generations. Move on to the disadvantages. First, we had high maintenance costs. The cost of maintaining the advanced technology can be very costly, and the electronic device or software itself are very significantly expensive. Second, they are extremely dependability of the technology. The improve of technology significantly indirect causes us to be more dependent on using the technology on every task we do in daily life. And last but not least, is there might some malfunction. This is the most serious drawback of technology, where a little error in performance can lead to an uncontrollable circumstances. So, proceed with the synergy effect in challenges of capital analysis. So, what is synergy effect? Synergy effects an effect that arise from two or more agents, entities, factors, or substances that produce an effect which are greater than the individual effects as whole. So there are three types of synergistic effects, and one of the company that we took is LKQ Corporation, which they acquired Keystone Automotive. So the first one is revenue synergy. This synergy are as a result of an acquisition that the combination of two companies is able to generate more sales than when the companies are separate entity. Next is cost of synergy. This refers to the opportunity that the combination of the companies can reduce the cost more rather when they be able to individually. And third is financial synergy, which the two joining companies are able to improve their financial activities to a greater level more than before. Then, let's look at the positive effect of the synergistic effect. So, this is the referred case of Adidas and Reebok. So, to summarize, Adidas planned to acquire Reebok in 2005 at an estimated value of $3.78 billion, and Adidas offered to pay 24% premium over the last closing price for Reebok. So, post the acquisition, the market share of the company in the United States has drastically increased from 8.9% to 21%. And what led them to have a successful merger? And the first one is their cultural blend. So as we know, Adidas is all about sport accessories, where Reebok is about their defined lifestyle. The two different cultures has effortlessly merged and give a new identity to the organization, in which they are proper communication, clear strategy, and effective implementation of the new innovative they acquired. Second, there is a union where Adidas and Reebok managed to create a new offering portfolios while keeping their individuality intact. And lastly, it's because of economies of scale. Adidas benefited from the enhancement distribution in North America, where Reebok has a strong hold. This increased the operation, which reduced the cost of the value chain, such as manufacturing, supply, distribution, and marketing. That's all from me. I will pass to Miss NURIN.
Hi, my name is IZZATI binti Mas JOHAN.
Thank you to Miss Sabrina. Next, what is the negative impact of the synergies effect? Let us take a look at Microsoft merge with Nokia. Microsoft decided to merge with Nokia as a last-ditch attempt in 2013 when Microsoft got stifled by Apple and Android devices. However, the deal proved to be a sour one. What led to the failure of Microsoft-Nokia merger? First, desperation does not lead anywhere. Both Microsoft and Nokia are desperate to save their company. Rather than going to a shared vision or common passion, both Nokia and Microsoft were shoved into a corner and consider the other as their knight in shining armor. Second, failure to understand market trends and dynamics. The mobile phone industry is not just about hardware and software. Application, e-commerce, advertising, social media application, location-based services, and many other things matter today. The software on the phone was not compatible and appealing enough for the entire ecosystem. Hence, when the company failed to understand this, the merger between these two companies will sure to be doomed. Next, let's see why synergistic become challenges in capital expenditure decision. First, lack of good motive. Each deal must have a good motive of why they want to merge the company. If they does not have a good answer to this question, the merger or acquisition has just run into its first problem, and the chance of others arising are already higher as a direct consequence. Second is target the wrong company. There is a bias at the heart of merger and acquisition. As soon as we make the decision to acquire a company, we are wired to believe that success means closing an acquisition. That's simply not true. Therefore, targeting the wrong company has become one of the key issues in mergers and acquisition. Third one is mismatch decision. This problem occurs during integration, which include culture and the change management. It can create an inefficient and even toxic work environment. Last but not least is neglecting your own company. The most important thing to remember is that the priority is your own company. So neglecting your company's day-to-day operation in favor of deal making goes against the aim that you are trying to achieve in the first place. The next topic, we will take a look at environmental impact. An environmental impact is defined as any change to the environment, whether adverse or beneficial, resulting from a facility's activities, products and services, meaning that other people's action will have different impact towards the environment. For instance, when volatile organic compounds are released into the environment, the effect or impact is pollution in the form of smoke. In this case, be negative. It can go the other way, as a person picking up rubbish can have a beneficial impact on the local environment. Okay, next, I will pass to Ms. Nabilah to explain more about environmental impact.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nabilah binti ABDULLAH SANI. Thank you, Ms. NURIN IZZATI. Assalamualaikum. My name is Nabilah binti ABDULLAH SANI and I will continue explain environmental impact. Type of environmental impact. For direct impact is arise when an activity interact directly with an environmental, social or economic factor. For example, a discharge of any industry into a river may lead to a decline in water quality. Next, indirect impact is not a direct result of the project after produced away from or as a result of complex impact pathway. For example, the decline in water quality due to rise in temperature of water body receiving cooling water discharge from the nearby industry. Lastly, cumulative impact consists of any impact that is created as a result of the combination of the project evaluated in the environmental impact assessment together with other project causing related impact. This impact occur when incremental impact of the project combined with the cumulative impact of other past, present and reasonable receivable future project. For positive impact, electric vehicle. The environmental technology of the electric vehicle is propelled by one or more electric motors using energy stored in rechargeable batteries. Electric vehicle demonstrate a positive impact of the technology on the environment because they do not produce carbon emission which contribute toward the greenhouse effect and lead to the global warming. Next, renewable energy source is known as clean energy. The energy that is collected from renewable resources which are naturally efficient such as sunlight, wind, rain, tide, wave and geothermal heat. Modern environmental technology has enabled us to capture this naturally occurring energy and convert it into electric or useful heat through devices such as solar panel, wind and water turbine, which reflect a highly positive impact of technology of the environment. Negative impact. Firstly, pollution. Since the overall production and consumption level will increase, the global pollution level have also increased. For example, since there are more industry now, there is a lot smoke, there is pollution in the atmosphere as well. Furthermore, this industry dispose a harmful product in water bodies such as local river and lakes that increase water pollution. Secondly, destruction of habitat to create more space for human and their need. Several natural habitat that have faced destruction that has adversely affected many plant and animal. Large areas have been rendered unsuitable for animal due to the lack of technology, environment and technological advancement. Thirdly, ozone layer depletion is the one thing that protects us from harmful impact of UV ray is ozone layer. Due to excessive usage of pesticide, chemical fertilizer and the emission of greenhouse, we are facing ozone layer depletion. With the ozone layer gone, the probability of severe disease like cancer, skin issue or other has increased rapidly. The conclusion is the capital expenditure is an expenditure that result in the acquisition or construction of fixed asset. Moreover, by implementing AI to identify the cyber attack is still in its early stage, but with technology advancement, the odds of a cyber attack are lowered. Finally, an environmental impact is defined as any change to the environment, whether adverse or beneficial. Thank you for your attention.